I mean, I think, well, you've let her down for a start.
Why have I let her down?
Because she would have wanted you to see that.
How do you know she would have wanted me to watch that?
Because I met her many, many times, and there's no way she would have done those videotapes if she didn't know that at some point they
She didn't know she was going to get killed and 20 years later and then that...
No, but she was already colluding with Andrew Morton. Don't forget the tapes, the whole Andrew Morton book. He took a load of flack at the time because everyone was saying, you've written this really intrusive book. He wasn't allowed to say that it was all from her. She had used Andrew Morton to tell her story. She was smuggling tapes out of Buckingham Palace, audio tapes, to Andrew Morton. That all came out later. She knew. That's a voice coach. Why not just sit there and go, how now, brown cow?
What do you think her boys will have thought watching that last night if they watched it?
I think if they saw it, I would be... I mean, I understand completely why William has married Kate, because Kate is... He loves her. She comes from a very stable family. She's very self-assured. He's completely aligned himself to that family because it's a family life that he never had, you know, and I think it's desperately sad. I really, really do. And, you know, Diana, I think you're absolutely right. She was 19 years old, and imagine... I think she did believe that it was going to be her happy ever after.
Yeah, that's what I think. He was like she wanted the Prince Charming. She wanted that, and he never was her Prince Charming.
And imagine that person just doesn't love you.
No.
And why don't they love you particularly? They're never going to love you because there's this other woman over here who's pulling all of the strings. And, you know, but that said, I also want to say something in that I do think Diana was damaged by the age of 19. You know, Diana, I don't know, when she was born, she says she had another brother called John, and her parents, aristocracy, were desperate for a son. They were already arguing a lot. They had a son called John. He died at 10 hours old. And it was like, oh, God, we've got to have another baby, even though we don't really like each other. And Diana came along and she said, from the day I was born, I felt like I was a disappointment because I was another girl. They then went on and had her brother Charles. From that day on, and then when she was 9 years old, her mother left, lost a custody battle. She was, or felt rejected by her mother, even though her mother had fought a bit to try and keep her.
Yeah.
So she faced rejection all of her life, and then she thought, this is going to be my happy ever after, and she got even more rejection.